Beshem Hashem Nasta Menastiach, another Kolel Chasot. Today is Yud Zayin Av, Tavshin Pei Vav Havad Letova. Be'ezrat Hashem, we're learning Zohar HaKadosh from Chok Israel, Parashat Erev Yom Chamishi. That is Resh Ayin Aleph Amud Bet and Resh until Resh Ayin Dalet Amud Aleph. Okay, so in this Zohar HaKadosh, we're going to learn that which we do in this on the Seudah of Shabbat, during the Seudot of Shabbat, is not just a simple minhagim or customs, and there are much deeper reasons why we do things. So as we're going to see, that has connections with the Sefirot and so forth. Patach, so Raya Memna. So some say that who was Raya Memna was Moshe Rabbeinu. So that Moshe Rabbeinu says, Va'amal, what is the meaning of the pasuk in the Shemot? Va'asita shulchan aseh shittim. That shulchan was made from aseh shittim. That's the type of a wood. That's aqaqiyah. What is aqaqiyah in Farsi? Yeah. Ta chaze, come and see. Minhagin tavin v'shapiran havu nahage mare de seudata de malka. The minhagim tovim that we have for the Baalei seudot, right, that are compared to the seudat of the melech, when a person is having seudot of Shabbat, especially, and especially also those chachamim that they partake in during the Seudot of Shabbat, Achaza de inun mibene patura de marka'a. That there are, in fact, that which they do, they are compared to the prince that are partaking the meal with the melech. That the prince are the prince and the princess that are the Bnei Israel, and they are by the king's table. ועשרה דברים צריך אדם למעבד בסעודתה. There are three things that a person is supposed to do for the Seudot of Shabbat. Chad, number one, netilat yadayim, to wash his hands. Tinyata, the second one, lechaimana sheteki karo Shabbat, to have 2 loaves of bread. That's lechem mishneh. Telitata, the third one is lemechal telat seudatin, to have 3 seudot. Right. One at night, one after Musaf, and one in the evening after Mincha. And also to add from the food that he usually has during the week, to have more food, more tavshinim, and for Seudot of Shabbat. Levia, what is the fourth one? L'anhaga patura bishraga, to have more lights for Shabbat table, to add more candles, to have more lights. Chamisha, the fifth one, cost the vayilchulu, is the Kiddush cup, and making reciting Kiddush. Shetitata, the sixth one is Lemeve al Petura Mili Deoraita, to talk about Torah while he is enjoying his meal, to have Divrei Torah by the table. Shevia, the seventh one is Le'aracha al Petura, begin the Aniim Yetun al Peturei, to try to have the Seudot of Shabbat not only for his family, rather also to have poor people to come and enjoy. Temina, the eighth one is Netilat Yadayim b'mayim acharonim. To have mayim acharonim after washing your fingertips for the preparation of Bikat Amazon, to get rid of the melach sedumit, right? And Tishi'ah, the ninth one, Bikat Amazon, to recite the Bikat Amazon. Asira'ah, the 10th one, is called Kos Divracha, is reciting the Bore Peri Agefen of after Bikat Amazon, Nevarech, Vesarich, La'chaza'a Alehu. And we need to explain the details of each one of these. And one needs to understand the sort of the Shekhinah in what he's doing here, what is happening. The EU Kilila Meses Sefirot. The sword says Zohar HaKadosh that these 10 things are corresponding to Asara Sefirot. והיא פטורה דגושה בלכו מסיטרה דגבורה. So first and foremost, the Shabbat table or the Shulchan, this is, right, it's called the Shulchan of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So that's the Sad Gevura. Ubegin Kach U'chmoa Rabbanan. And because of this, Rabbanan say in Masachet Menachot, Daf Pe Vav Amud Bet, Shulchan, the Shulchan in the Beit HaMikdash was in Safon. So if a person can put his Shulchan at home, where the Safon is, that is corresponding to the Shulchan of Beit HaMikdash, Safon. Now, the Asara Devarim that we explained, another one is the Netilat Yadayim. The Achi U'chmoa Rabbanan, the Matnitin, that are Chachamim, they establish the Chachmei Neshama, the Chachmei Mishnah, they establish in Masachet Berachot, Daf Nun Gimel Amud Bet, Yadayim Mezuhamot, Pesulot Beracha. Why we make Netilat Yadayim Lefi Pishat? Because the hands that are not clean, they are pasul. One cannot recite the bracha with the hands that are spiritually not clean. So that requires netilah. Titiana, now another tikkun of the Seudah Shabbat is Lemivsa al Shenei Kikarot b'Shabbat. As we mentioned, to have lechem mishneh, 2 loaves, 2 chalot, deinu remizin bitrei luchei deoraita, and that refers to 2 luchot. Right? The 2 stones of the 10 commandments. Yehivu b'Shabbat zugot. That they were given, man was given 2 portions before Shabbat. So to the luchot, telita'a, so we need 2 bread, loaves of bread. The third one, the tikkun number 3 is Lemechal telat seudatin b'Shabbat, to eat 3 seudot on Shabbat. Shema Ugmu Adrabanan the Matnitin. What is this Chachme? Why Chachme Mishnah? They established such a thing, as it says in Shabbat, Masechet Shabbat, Daf Kuf, Yud Chet Amud Aleph, the Amar Chad Minayu, that one would say to the other, Yehi Chelri'im Gomle Shalosh Seudot B'Shabbat, praising that my portion would be like those who have the 3 Seudot, 3 meals on Shabbat. De'inun Shedimu, the Sheva Birchanan, this Lota, that those who complete 7, those who complete, that refers to the also Sheva Berachot of the Tefillah, that's the Tefillah Amidah on Shabbat, La'ashnama Behon Eser, and also through Seudot, Shalosh Seudot, a person completes Eser Berachot. That is 3 Berachot there, 3 Deoraita. And the 4th one is Tov Mativ. Whereas the Oneg and the sword of the Oneg Shabbat is Benahar Yosef Min Eden Dashchit et Agan, that there was a river going out from Gan Eden, there was a river going out from Eden to water the Gan, the garden. That refers to Shalosh Seudot of Shabbat. Uman Dela Megayem Holon, and a person who doesn't have 3 Seudot, right? Ve'it le Reshu Lechaiman. He wouldn't be Mekayem, this concept of that is compared to watering the garden. If a person doesn't have oneg, the otiyot of oneg would change. Instead of having the enjoyment of Shabbat, instead of having the 3 seudot, he doesn't have the 3 seudot, he would chas shalom would get nega sarat, that is the oneg not in the order. The 4th secret is the anhara petura the minanta, right? That one's table needs to be more enlightened with lights. To have more candles or to have more light. The Uqmu'a Qamen Shulchanan Besafon Umenora Bedaron. Why? Because in Bet HaMikdash, Shulchan was by the south and the menorah was by opposite. The Shulchan was by north and the menorah was by Darom, by south. Upatura de Kudsha Beruchu Hachisercha Lemehve. And the Shulchanom of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, which is referred to the Shulchan of Shabbat, also needs to be like the Shulchan of Beit HaMikdash, next to the lights. Chamisha, the 5th secret is Kos Daichulu, the Kos of the Kiddush, the cup of the Kiddush, as it says, Kos Bechushban Elokim. The gematria of Kos is equivalent to Elokim, right? That is same gematria. Vayichulu, and the Vayichulu is the gematria of Ein Bet. It's the same gematria of Chesed, right? So what is Elokim? Elokim is Pevav, right? And the gematria of Vayichulu is Ein Bet. The Khalil, Lon Kala Gadisha, Right? שי קלה, הקדושה כוללת, שי כוללת אותם בשבת, מקבלת מאור החסד, שהוא שם קדוש העולם. דהי כוס מלא ינה דאורייתא, that cup that is filled with yain. What is this yain? Is the yain of Torah. Sarich la'achada al obadeh de bereshit. That this course is going to give testimony on the creation. In other words, you're going to say, Veshameru, that Yom HaShishi, that HaKadosh Baruch Hu created the whole world in 6 days, and the 7th day is Shabbat. Shetita, and the tikkun of the 6th one of the Seudat Shabbat is the Mechve al Petura Divrei Torah, to talk about Torah by our Shabbat meals. The Hachi Uchmua Marei Matnitin, because the Baalei Mishnah write, Shelosha Sha'achlu al Shulchan, they write in Masachet Avot, Perak Gimel, Mishnah Avot Perak Gimel, Mishnah Mem Dalet, that 3 people that they eat together, Velo Amru Alav Divrei Torah, and they don't talk Torah, right? Chas v'shalom, they are compared to eating from the dead bodies. Peraza de milta begin the ha'ukmuah shulchan besafan. As we explained, the Chazal say the shulchan was in the north, ve'oraita yitchayekivded mimina, and the Torah was on the right side. Therefore, we need to learn Torah by the Shulchan. Lechavra yemina deyu rachamei. In order to bring to lechaber, in order to unify the Torah with the Shulchan, and that would bring rachamim. Bismillah deyu dina. Now, on the right there is din and gevura. On the left there is din and gevura. Oraita ihi Adonai mimina, and the Torah is on the yamin. Petura Adonai semala'a, and the Shulchan that is on the left. V'sarich lechabra leon, and therefore a person needs to talk divrei Torah in order to be memateket adinim, to sweeten the judgments. Begin the fatura mismala ugmua rabbanan the matnitin al chachamim len in Mishnah Pesachim kashin mezonatan shel adam kecheliyat yamsof, that the mezonot income of people, of Yehudim, is as difficult as opening the Red Sea. Ubegin kach sarich talmid chacham lezamena imei. Due to this, a person who is having seudah, right, he should have talmidei chachamim with himself, right? Lema'an deishtadel befitgamei oraita, in order to partake divrei Torah, because it is very good to learn Torah with more than one person, not just yourself, if that's possible. Shevi'ah, the 7th one is La'archa'a al Petura, begin the Aniim, to bring the poor people to your Shabbat table. Begin the Kol Hamarich al Shulchano Marichin Lo Yamav Ushnada. Because what HaKadosh says, we learn in Masechet Berachot, Daf Nun Daled Amud Bet, whoever prolongs his Sa'udot will also have long life. Ubegin Kach, because of this, Ustaqat Tatzil Mimavet. The Sadaqa protects the person from death. Temina. Now the ninth one is Ma'im Acharonim. The stage number 9 is to wash your hands, your fingertips, right? It's more than just the tips, right? According to Halakha, some say to the second section, some say all the third sections, the fingers, but not too much water, obviously, because that water goes to Samech Mem, right? Teminana. The 8th one is Ma'im Acharonim. So the Taghin Ulon begin Melach Sedumit to remove the Melach Sedumit Veraza the Mila. And this sort of davar is V'it Kadashtem Elu Ma'im Nishonim. Arav Eliezer ben David Arav Shalom always used to say this, that to become Kadosh, that is Ma'im Rishonim, that is the Netidat Yadayim. Veitem Kadoshim, and to remain Kadosh, that is Elu Ma'im Acharonim, that is Ma'im Acharonim. Teshi'ah, the 9th one is Kos Dibracha. So the 8th one was Ma'im Acharonim, the 9th one is to have Kos Shel Bracha Bikat Amazon, Ve'umua Me'arei the Matnetin. And we learned in Mishnah, in the Berachot, Nun Aleph, Amud Aleph, right? The concept that one is to have, right, Mevarech, the cost of the wine after Bikat Hamazon to say Beracha on it. Now, obviously, we do that when there are 3 men, right? 2 more than just the person who is saying Mevarech. Asara devarim ne'emeru bekos divracha. These 10 things are said about Asara devarim sarich linhok bekos shel beracha. Deilen inun itur ituf. Now there are 10 things that are involved with this 1 cup also. That is washing. Itur by ituf, right? Shefiqat, to wash it from the outside. Chay, male, umekabelo, v'shete yadav. And then 2 people would give, one individual would pick up the cup with 2 hands and would give it to the person who wants to say Nevarech. He would accept it with 2 hands. And that needs to be with the right. Menotadim beyamin. Umesalegon min hagargar tefach. And this needs to be picked up, at least 1 tefach, 1 feast, from the table, from where they're sitting, whether on table or on the floor. Venotene nabo, and the person who is saying Nevarech, he needs to be looking at it. Umeshagero bematana the anshe beto v'achshav. Umeshagero bematana. I'm not sure what that is. He should be giving it with gift. He should pass it around. After he says the Kiddush, he should give a little bit. Is that what it means? No, we're talking about the beforehand. Who is passing it around? One person is passing it to the Nevarech. The 2 person who is saying Nevarech. V'achshav, and at that time, En lanu ela arba'a shehen. Hadacha ushqifa chay male ve'yesh omrim chay min החבית שצריך להוציא את יין חי מן החבית ולא ימזוג במים. And there are those who say that this wine that you saying nevarech should not be mixed with water when you saying nevarech at that time. ויש אומרים חי, הכוס שלם. And there are those who explain what is חי. That refers to that this cup should not have any section broken to it. That refers to the top of it. The bottom, right, is not halachically, if there is something broken in the bottom, right, is not a pegam. Right? Asira'a bikat mezona. Right? To say the bikat hamazon is the 10th one. Ha u'gmu rabbanan, because our chachamim they established bishlosha sarich kos, that 3 people that they saying bikat hamazon, they need to say nevarech, and they need the cup with that nevarech. Veraza demila begin deu. And this secret over here is that the Shekhinah, right, Ne'emar Aleha says about such a thing or such a person, Ahavat kelulotaich, the inun ahava, bakol mikol kol, that the ahava of the abot that are bakol mikol kol, each one refers to Abraham, Yitzchak, and Yaakov, right? That refers to three people that they eating seudah together, right? That Abraham Avinu, right, is bakol, Yitzchak Avinu is mikol, and Yaakov Avinu is kol, because he said, Yesh li kol, velet la'aracha yatir. So it says that we're not going to explain more about this because there is more explanation somewhere else. Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen v'amen.